A proposed Texas law would make it more challenging for victims with catastrophic injuries to receive damages related to pain and suffering and mental anguish. With just a few weeks left in the legislature and a long road ahead of it, it's going to have a tough time getting passed. Fox 4's Lori Brown has the story. Lori.
There was emotional testimony at the state capitol today as victim after victim told state lawmakers that their pain and suffering is real and that the state should not make it more difficult for people to get that form of compensation.
Reports of gas leaks were ignored.
Roberta Gallery told state lawmakers that HB 4806 would devastate people who face disfiguring injuries like her husband did in 2022. Their apartment caught fire after property managers ignored reports of gas leaks.
That negligence led to the devastating fire that left Alonzo's body 53% burned.
Under the proposed bill, it would become more challenging for attorneys to make a case for non-economic damages.
February the 20th. 2025.
Brianna Blake from Midland testified using sign language. Her mom translated that she was in a crash with an 18-wheeler when she was 12 years old in 2013.
I hear them complain about rising costs for insurance, but I wonder if they didn't put profits above safety, leading to these devastating crashes, injuries, and deaths. Would their cost of insurance be lower?
The bill is proposed by Representative Greg Bonin, a Republican from Galveston.
The bill has changed substantially since it was first introduced.
Bonin, who is also a doctor, argues the bill is necessary reform
to allow providers of medical care, whether they're physicians or other types of providers, to be able to take care of people who have been injured and not necessarily be dragged into the litigation process.
Jessica Sprague from Houston testified that her 16-month-old son Colton was killed when a truck driver with drugs in his system ran a stop sign and T-boned their car.
Colton passed at 2:02 that afternoon. When we said goodbye, we couldn't even hold him because an autopsy had to be performed.
If the company that killed Colton wanted lower insurance premiums, they should have not hired a drug user to drive their truck.
Attorney Stephen Stewart represented Gallery. He told me personal injury jury verdicts make our world safer.
The neck rest that is in everybody's car. You can't get into a car without there being a neck rest. Our civil justice system is very keyed in to bringing about positive change.
The committee will reconvene to hear invited testimony later this evening. Ware Wendell with Texas Watch says that the committee chair made the unusual move to cut off testimony from victims. Clarice.
Lori, thank you.